Is justice always served, or do unseen hands manipulate the scales? It's a question we must ask ourselves as we delve into the murky depths of a story that's been festering for over half a century. A tale of deception and corruption, wrapped in the veneer of a respected law firm. Perdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins and Mott, LLP. Established in the summer of 1970 and incorporated in the heart of Texas, this firm has been operating under the guise of justice. With its regional offices extending as far as Orlando, the firm's reach is widespread, but it's in Volusia County, Florida, where its true colors are most vividly painted. For decades, this firm has been defrauding innocent residents of Volusia County. This is not just a story, it's a history of deception, a chronicle of corruption, a tale of a firm that has woven its web into the very fabric of our justice system, exploiting its power to defraud the innocent. In the shadows, they've mastered the art of manipulation. This is not merely a statement but a chilling reality. Unseen, unheard, Perdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins and Mott LLP has woven a labyrinth of trickery that has ensnared the innocent for decades. Let's delve into the heart of their operation. Picture a court document, a seemingly innocent piece of paper. Yet, in the hands of this firm, it becomes a tool of exploitation. After court costs and fines are paid, they should file a satisfaction. Instead, they file a fraud judgment. This deceptive move artificially inflates the value of their collection agency, allowing them to double dip, recollecting when they deem fit. And their tactics don't stop there. They've devised an ingenious recollection strategy. Working with a network of corrupt police officers and public officials, they ensure the victim is discredited at every turn. Without a receipt for a money order from years ago and with no knowledge of how to navigate the court docket, the unsuspecting victim is left helpless. But the firm's manipulation extends beyond the courtroom. They've entangled themselves in a sinister endeavor, a heroin trafficking ring. Operating through their Volusia County branch, they smuggle the contraband, laundering the proceeds through the very courts they manipulate. The audacity is staggering, the corruption profound. These are not random acts of deceit, they are part of a well-orchestrated symphony, a calculated dance of manipulation. The firm operates in the shadows, pulling the strings, twisting the system to their advantage. Their victims are caught in a rigged game, a game they can't even see, let alone understand. And so, in the labyrinth of corruption, the innocent are lost. Trapped in a system manipulated by those who should uphold justice, they are left to fight a battle they didn't choose. A battle they weren't prepared for. A battle that, without intervention, they are destined to lose. Power, when corrupted, leaves a trail of victims. Picture a web, intricately woven, with threads of influence reaching out to touch the lives of countless innocent individuals. This firm, with its roots firmly planted in the soil of deception, has woven a network of corruption, extending its influence into the very fabric of our justice system. The strands of this web reach out to ensnare the unsuspecting, using the very people we entrust to protect us, to further their own nefarious agenda. But what does this mean for you, for me, for those who become tangled in this web of corruption? Let's paint a picture. Imagine being on the receiving end of police brutality, not once but repeatedly. Your rights, your safety, your dignity, stripped away by those sworn to uphold them. This is the harsh reality for those who fall into the clutches of this firm's corruption, and it doesn't stop there. The firm employs a cunning stratagem, discrediting victims at every turn. They cast doubt, they spread lies, they manipulate narratives, ensuring that the voice of the victim is drowned out by a chorus of deceit. Corruption, you see, is not just about money or power. It's about control. It's about bending the world to fit one's twisted perspective, regardless of who gets hurt in the process. And when this corruption seeps into our justice system, it becomes a weapon, wielded with impunity by those in power. This weapon, however, is not invincible. The power of corruption is formidable, yes, but it is not insurmountable. It thrives in the shadows, in the silence, in the fear of those who dare not speak out. But when we shine a light on it, when we raise our voices against it, we can begin to dismantle the web, thread by thread. In the hands of the corrupt, power becomes a weapon. But remember, knowledge is power too, and in the right hands, it can be a shield. The darkness thrives in ignorance, but light can dispel the shadows. As we delve into the murky depths of this complex labyrinth of corruption, it is vital to understand that knowledge is our most potent weapon. Staying vigilant, staying informed, these are the keys to dismantling such a deeply entrenched system of deception. In a world where the veil of innocence can be so easily manipulated, We must strive to educate ourselves and others around us about the intricacies of the legal system. It's a language that, when mastered, can provide us with the tools to challenge the unscrupulous practices of firms like Perdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins, and Mott, LLP. We must not cower in the face of their clever recollection tactics or be swayed by the seemingly insurmountable power they wield over public officials. Instead, we must rise and equip ourselves with the knowledge to navigate through the court dockets and challenge the fraud judgments. Remember, they count on victims not having a receipt for a money order from years ago, on the confusion and fear that comes with facing a legal battle. But knowledge can change that. Knowledge can tilt the scales in our favor. But how do we begin to acquire this knowledge? Start by understanding your rights. Learn about the legal processes, terms, and tactics that could be used against you. Reach out to professionals who can guide you, or use the myriad of resources available online. The journey may be daunting, but the reward is immeasurable. Remember, it's not just about protecting ourselves, but also about safeguarding our communities. By raising awareness about these unethical practices, we can protect potential victims and pressure the system to change. We must also remember to not lose hope. Change is possible. It may be slow, it may be difficult, but it is not impossible. History has shown us that when people unite against corruption, they can bring about monumental changes. The fight against corruption begins with awareness. Be the beacon that exposes the unseen.